And so when you say someone who's done it all, it is hard to do it all. You have to parse it out over years and periods of time. And I understood that from the way that I was raised here in the Midwest, that family came first and it's always important to me. So I waited to run for office until my youngest was 14, even though I'd been asked to run for office clear back in 1992 when he was 6 years old. And it's interesting now when you read about why women don't run for public office, there are three main reasons they give. First of all, they have family concerns, and they cite that so much more than men do. And second of all, they think that they're not qualified. And third, they haven't been specifically asked. Now, I was asked by our woman county chair in Franklin County, Ohio, which is Columbus, back in 1992 to run. And what were my two reasons why I couldn't run? Well, I don't think I'm quite far enough in my career. I don't know how qualified I am as a judge. And my kids are awfully young. This just isn't really a good time. Because you see, by this time, I had left that law firm where my boss kept asking me out, and I had started a little law firm out of the corner of my bedroom, and I was doing quite well with that law practice. So, but the thing was because I was specifically asked, it never left my head. And so I kept looking and looking and looking for when might be a good time to do it, because bottom line was I just really wanted to be a judge. And honestly, having election law practice like I did when I left the Secretary of State's office, which by the way, I left the office thinking no one would hire me to do election law, and that's what I kept getting hired to do. So my worst clients were candidates, and I thought, I never going to be one of those. But when it came to wanting to be a judge, because I liked fairness, I liked protecting the process, I said, well, I know how to do campaigns, so, I think I can do this. Well, what happened is when I started campaigning to be a judge, I actually liked it. Because as I started traveling around the county, and I had lived in Columbus since I was 2 years old. I went through public schools, I went to state university, I was just like your regular, ordinary, Midwest Columbus, middle-class girl. And I thought, I didn't know that they had a zucchini festival in Obetz, and they actually thank you for being in their parade, or that there's actually cornfields out here in Pleasant Township. And so I got to see people in their own environment, I got to listen to people, and I actually heard ideas and new things, and you could put it together. And lo and behold, when I did get elected by a whopping 2% after I beat a governor's appointee, those experiences campaigning helped me understand the people of my community, because as a judge, I had people in front of me whose lives were in my hands, whether it was a criminal case and they're standing before you in a jail suit in handcuffs, and you can see their family behind them, and you can see the family of the victim, and you see the pain is real no matter what, and that it isn't just black and white. It helped me understand at the time that I campaigned what people's lives were like who were in front of me. Being a judge was probably one of the most valuable experiences I ever had. I had gotten good training on preparing for that by having my cousin's children, who obviously don't come to you without problems, and it did help me understand quite a bit when it came to cases involving children or child abuse. But you were able to, in one moment, worry about whether or not someone's drug screen was dirty, and at the next moment, worry about some type of a policy issue on the interpretation of legislation that could affect the whole community. And I would have probably stayed there for a long, long time had I not started our county's first adult felony drug court and realized that I really liked getting things done. And that's usually why women run for office. A lot of times they think politics is dirty, I can't figure out the system, but when they sink their teeth into one issue that they really care about, then they sometimes realize the only way I'm going to really be able to get a lot done on this issue is if I'm in a decision-making role on this issue.